It's another edition of Coach's Corner on WBVP 99.3 FM, 12:30 a.m. And obviously here tonight live at Fischer's Foodland with the tremendous 3 days of savings, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. We are here amongst the produce and the festive fall and Halloween, and John Parada alongside me next to the blueberries and the strawberries.
I'm guarding them.
The potatoes behind us, here with Curtis Walsh as producer, as always. Tonight will be a Geneva edition of the Coach's Corner. Coach Gino DeMarco has practice till 7. He will be here shortly, and also want to thank our saleswoman, Sheila Dambaugh, for helping set this up. And we're at beautiful Fischer's Foodland, John. I've been here many times. They've got a lot of great meals, chicken in the back, lunch meats, sandwiches, ice cream, a wide selection of stuff. And the nice thing about fall, it's chili time, according to their website.
There you go.
There's a lot of good stuff here. So we're glad that they join us. Also, want to thank Marco's Pizza here in New Brighton for donating the pizza here tonight. Thank you to them. But we're going to talk Geneva football when Gino gets here, John. But before that, we'll talk a little bit of high school football and the games. We're going to switch things up and go. Here we go.
You know what?
What's up?
Before we go on, I got to say something about Fischer's Foodland here in New Brighton. The best lunch meat in the valley.
Okay.
The best lunch meat in the valley.
Say it the way you're supposed to say it.
It's what Pratt would say. The best lunch meat in the valley.
The best lunch meat in the valley.
Oh, the best lunch meat in the valley.
As we like to talk about and honor our friend, so we talk about him. And the fans are already lining up for your autograph. Autographs later, man. We'll take care of you later. Yeah. Well, you could win something. You never know. You could win a box of candy or something. I don't know. Sometimes we have extra. Yeah. Ask her about the Steelers. She's got some Steeler information. Sheila, talk to her about the Steelers. Okay, so let's talk Geneva football and high school football as we amongst the fans here.
Absolutely,
John. First thing is the fans are ready. The players are ready. We should have some pretty good ball games this weekend.
A lot of good ball games on tap, Mike.
In 5A, Bethel Park goes to Moon. Moon at 3-4 overall, 2-1 in a section. Bethel Park at 2-0 in a section. Moon rebounding from the bad year last year. They're in third place. Bethel Park in second place. Right now, Moon in solid playoff position where they were not last year. So this is a big, big ball game for them.
It is a big ball game. Bethel Park, like you said, is unbeaten in conference play. And Moon had the great year 2 years ago, the bad year last year, and now they're in between at 3-4. And, on their home field, it'd be a slight upset if they beat Bethel Park, but certainly they're capable of pulling that upset.
Yeah, it's nice to see Ryan Lynn bounce back. I mean, you lose 20 seniors from a great team, and the next thing you know, you're sitting there last year with a bad year. Nice to see them rebound. Let's move to 4A in a conference that everybody knows about. As we got action all around us. This is kind of like,
very busy here.
It's like
very busy.
It's like we're in a concourse at PNC Park or something. Everybody's looking at us. Well, they see you, and they know. They see celebrity.
They never saw somebody if I had that big before.
Well, it's true.
They come from outer
space.
But
they see you, and they know celebrity when they come in. These other, I don't know who everybody. Hey, how you doing, buddy? I don't know who this. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. 4A Parkway. Aliquippa 4-0 at Newcastle 0-4. Newcastle, we saw them against Central Valley. Struggling young team. Aliquippa, really, really good. They've been committing some penalties, dumb mistakes, giving up a few more points than they have in the past. People were asking, are they as good as they've been in the past? They've lost some key linemen from last year. They're still really good. Are they as good as they were last year? We'll find out, but they're still the top team at AAA.
Oh, no doubt. I think, and that's most likely going to be a lopsided final score at Taggart Stadium in Newcastle.
And then we have Ambridge at 1-3, at Central Valley at 3-1. For Ambridge, for them, they have to have an upset if they want to make the playoffs. They're sitting at sixth place right now. They're ahead of Blackhawk. They're ahead of Newcastle. But if they want to have any chance at all for a playoff spot, they probably need a win at Central Valley.
Yeah, they're going to have to pull an upset, and that's a tall task to beat Central Valley. Even though Central Valley maybe not quite to the level they were the last couple of years, they're still very good, and it's going to take a great effort game by Ambridge to pull that upset.
Great running game. Chartiers Valley at 2-2 plays at Montour 3-1. Montour, the second-place team in the conference, only loss was to Aliquippa. For Chartiers Valley, they're fifth in the conference. It's a big game for them as well, as they sit one game behind West Allegheny.
Yeah, absolutely. Chartiers Valley would certainly help their playoff chances if they can pull, which would be at least a mild upset at Montour, maybe even a little bit more than mild, at Thomas J. Burko Stadium.
And so then West Allegheny is at Blackhawk. West Allegheny at 3-1 is playing at Blackhawk. West Allegheny, this is going to get a chance for them to solidify fourth place. They're, like I said, they're tied with Montour and Central Valley at 3-1, but they're deemed right now in fourth place. So if they win, they'll solidify their playoff berth.
Yeah, that would be a big step toward getting back to the playoffs for them, no doubt.
So that's 4A. 3A, Beaver plays Seton LaSalle. Beaver, they need a win to solidify playoff berth. They're sitting in fifth place. South Park in second place. They're playing at Hopewell, and West Mifflin plays at Quaker Valley. QV finally had a win, but QV really needs a big win to even sniff a playoff berth.
Well, the Beaver-Seton LaSalle game shapes up as a really good game, Mike. Two good teams. Are, Avonworth's on top in that conference, and I don't know if anybody's going to knock them off in the regular season. But certainly the Beaver-Seton LaSalle game could go a long way toward determining second place and home field, getting home field in the first round of the playoffs.
We're going to get to our Geneva portion on our next segment. We're going to finish this segment and take a break. But in 2A, Elwood City, the game that's going to be heard on Beaver County Radio, Elwood City at 2-2. Beaver Falls, to some people's surprise, at 2-2. Both teams sitting tied for fourth place right now. That's the game of the week in the county. The winner will temporarily have a playoff berth. The loser will likely not be in the playoffs. It's not finalized because still have 2 more weeks of the season. But in all likelihood, the loser of this game might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a big game. Certainly both teams really need to win it. And like you said, Beaver Falls, a little bit of a surprise, especially after the last few years when they've gone, I believe, to 4 WPIL title games in a row. But Elwood City on the rise with Dan Bradley, and they're starting to get better, and they become competitive.
The other games are all games that they're prohibitive favorites. We'll go through them quick and then skip. Mohawk at 4-0, at Freedom at 1-3. Freedom struggling right now. Neshannock at 4-0. That's the 1-2 teams in the conference. They play Neshannock at Riverside, who is struggling this year, and then New Brighton, who has not had a win. They play at Western Beaver. Mohawk, Neshannock, Western Beaver, 1, 2, 3 in the section, and 4 and 5 are going to be Elwood City Beaver Falls. That's why I say that the loser may not make it.
Yeah.
Quickly in 1A, Laurel plays at Southside Beaver. Southside Beaver undefeated in the section. They're the number 1 team in 1A. Big 7, Union plays at North Catholic. And then Bergenstown plays Carleton in the Black Hills Conference. Cornell at 3-1 plays at Fort Cherry. That's a big game as well. Fort Cherry 4-0, Cornell at 3-1. And then Olsh at 2-2 in 5th place. They need a win at Novella. And non-conference is Clareton at Rochester. So some big games in single way as well, but the teams in Beaver County that people need to worry about, Southside Beaver looking really strong in single way. Rochester in 3rd place in their section. Big matchup with Southside coming up, but some pretty good teams in single way in our valley.
Yeah, and the Cornell-Fort Cherry game looked like it was going to maybe match up 2 unbeatens, but Cornell stumbled last week for the first time all year. So you have an unbeaten team and a 1-loss team going at it this late in the season. That shapes up. It should be a good ball game.
Should be a good ball game. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk Geneva Golden Tornadoes football. The local college team in town that everybody listens to on Saturdays here on Beaver County Radio. But we're going to take a quick break and let you hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back to talk Golden Tornado football here on Beaver County Radio.
If you're a parent that's already watched plenty of youth baseball or soccer games, you know the value of teamwork. Whether it's the team on the field or your team of family members at home, strengthening that group can pay off in many ways. Keystone Wellness Programs is offering their free Strengthening Families program in Beaver County for families of children ages 10 to 14. Learn how to increase family bonding and communications, all while having fun together. Visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org for details.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
The award-winning Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston provides a delicious family dining experience. Grand Valley Inn is a great place for a party or event. They have banquet rooms for small and large gatherings. Fish and Friday night football go great together in Beaver County. The Grand Valley Inn has great fish and seafood specials on Fridays, live music on the weekends through October, and trivia night on Thursdays. Follow Grand Valley Inn on Facebook to keep up with all the fun. That's Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston.
Choose your path at Community College of Beaver County and start learning for real life at a realistic cost. CCBC's 2-year degree programs get you trained and earning a salary in less time and with less debt. Programs in aviation, nursing, education, process technology, criminal justice, and more will prepare you for a real future. You belong here. Apply now or learn more at ccbc.edu.
The pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. A pre-career start at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. I'm Vince Crateri, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center with great news. There is still time for this school year in some of our top earning career training programs, but you must act now. Have your child or grandchild see their school counselor today. Hurry, classroom space is limited, and these prime opportunities are on a first-come, first-served basis. Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you. cc.org.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.net.
After any big game, people will be talking. This is Ellen Barras from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. The same is true when you get your new vehicle from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. Neighbors, friends, and co-workers will notice the new winning style reflected in the car, truck, or SUV you just got from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. Located on University Boulevard across from Robert Morris. Click and save at moonford.com and discover what the talk is all about. Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
At Pittsburgh Bay's Goldberg, Persky & White, we've helped thousands of former Babcock & Wilcox and J&L Steel employees receive compensation for their asbestos-caused lung cancer or mesothelioma. Since the time from asbestos exposure to disease diagnosis spans decades, many do not realize their illness was caused by asbestos. To find out if you are entitled to compensation, call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX or visit online at gpwlaw.com.
Being part of a credit union is like being part of a team where everyone plays and, more importantly, everyone wins. This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union. If you need a loan, it's game time. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden or Aliquippa. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or click friendlyfcu.org. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend. Hey, Beaver County High School football season is here. Players protect that beautiful smile with a visit to your hometown dentist, Dr. Peter Montini and his team at St. Barnabas Dental. While tackling tooth decay is number one in the game plan, Dr. Montini offers a wide array of services, including custom-fitted athletic mouth guards, clear aligner orthodontics, virtually painless injections, and same-day crowns. Call or text 724-495-3350 to schedule your appointment today. St. Barnabas Dental in Beaver, creating beautiful smiles for life.
Ice cream. We're back at Fischer's Foodland in New Brighton, Coach's Corner. 3 days of savings, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. Wow. It says right here, Stone Ridge Creamery Real Ice Cream, 5 for $10. John Parada, you're an ice cream guy, aren't you?
Yeah. Mrs. P's a big ice cream person.
I'm here with two local legends, Mr. John Parada. And, of course, let's introduce Gino DeMarco, head coach of the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. Gino, Progresso soup, 3 for $5. You're a soup guy?
Not really.
You're
but
not a soup guy?
that ice cream thing for 5 for $10.
There you go. We might have to do some shopping
I might
after,
have to just carry that
after
out.
we're out of here.
Yeah.
So thank you to Fischer's Foodland for hosting us. Also, Fischer's
yes.
Beverage, which is next to us, selling Coke and Pepsi and all the products, iced teas, all kind of good things there. And thanks to Marco's Pizza for donating pizza here tonight. Curtis Walsh behind the camera doing all his work. But we're going to talk some Geneva Golden Tornado football. Coach, welcome. I know you've been on the show many times before, and you're used to being interviewed. You've been doing this for a lot of years. Your team has had some good moments, has had some tough moments, but for most of your games, it's you're in the games with some injuries have caught up to you and some things have happened. Right now, 1-4, but a chance the next couple of weeks to get a couple of wins under your belt.
Absolutely. In fact, I think the last time I was on this, it was John, myself, and Bob's last interview.
Oh, is it Bob's last show?
It was Bob's last show.
Corner,
yeah.
And when I said to Bob, it was the first time that they've ever put a coach on Coach's Corner that hadn't won a game in that season. And we were 0-4 at that time last year. Yeah.
Well, it's happened this year a couple times already, so.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes some of the local
I
teams.
started a trend.
You're ahead of last year.
I started a trend.
Some of the local teams sometimes, you know how it is with high school talent, and talent sometimes it's growing and it's young. And right now we had Riverside and we had New Brighton on, and we were trying to promote their programs, get kids to come out for the team, and sometimes you're winless, but sometimes that happens, and that's not always the most important thing. And we know at Geneva that winning would be obviously great, but kids coming to school there with their faith and the way the school is it's a faith-based program. So that winning at football games is not the most important thing.
Well, it sure feels like it when you're.
It should be right, but I mean.
No, but that's exactly what you said. It's not the most important thing. It is important,
right?
But it's John will tell you it's a great school,
no doubt.
It's a school that I don't know, John. I would say it's a school that causes you to forge relationships, and it's a school that causes you to continue in those relationships through the years.
Very much. So.
It's just I don't know how the connectability happens, but it just does.
I was accepted to Geneva way back in the day, and my choices were Geneva and Robert Morris. And I don't know what took me to Robert Morris over Geneva, but that was the two schools that I were looking at. And then it was local, and I toured the campus, and I liked it. And even after the changes, when they changed the road and did all those things years ago, and brightened the campus up even more with the new fields, they've added so much to the campus. So it's a nice little campus.
Yeah, it's changed considerably since John and I were students there. It really is. We had a number of people come back, John, for our teams in the 90s, and a couple of the players' wives actually went up on campus and looked, and they couldn't. They didn't recognize the place, and there's some future plans happening as well, but Geneva's obviously special. I mean, it'll stay at a place for 3.5 decades because it's torturous, and we do. You mentioned the spiritual component of the school. It's the reason I'm there. I think the other reason is football in Western Pennsylvania is a big deal, whether it's on a high school level, small college level, or whether we're talking about a Power 5 team.
John, what do you got?
Gino, this year you're 1-4. You've been in some games, like Mike said. You had some injuries. Last week had to present a challenge. You're down your top running back, and I know you're a run-oriented team with the triple option, and you had to go to the pass probably more than you normally would under normal circumstances. I was wondering, what kind of challenge did that present in the 48-21 loss to Grove City to be without your number one back?
Yeah. He had, I think at one time, was leading the league in rushing. And, when you get a high ankle sprain, that's a tough thing for a running back. But our feature running backs are called B-backs, not fullbacks. And the B-back is room that we have right now is one of the deepest that we've had in years. We've got an array of kids that are just really good football players. But, yeah, you're right. It was they did a really good job of shutting down the triple option. And we had to take what the defense gives us, and that on Saturday it was throwing the ball. So it was a challenge, absolutely. I got to tell you, though, the takeaway from the game was I still believe when you look at the score, it really doesn't bear witness to it. But I look at the growth of what we've done on the defensive side of the ball, and people are going to look at our scores and think I'm absolutely crazy by saying this. But I really believe now that we have developed a culture on our defensive side of the ball that you need to have to build a program, okay, or rebuild a program. And we're really happy about that and excited about that. I think defensively we'll get better and better. And to me, that's reminiscent of all the successful teams that we've had. We've had incredible defenses, and there were years that we ran, we had some offenses that were really high-powered.
Gino, how hard is it to play defense in today's game? I mean, you don't see 14-7 final scores anymore.
No.
I mean, you see a lot of 48-34 games, 55-45, even 35-28. I mean, it just those days of holding a team to a touchdown or two seem almost impossible in today's game.
Yeah. Well, we made the decision to go Division III. The one thing that we could not get because of the state schools and the D2s and Robert Morris and Duquesne's was, tall offensive linemen. And so we may have a couple kids that are over 6'1", and with that we decided to go with the triple option. So when you go with the triple option, in the beginning was our idea of kind of being countercultural to what you were saying, because we had run the air raid before, and what was going on was exactly what you said. It was just nothing but points, and it was very entertaining. People would come up to me and go, "Boy, your games are very entertaining." Well, I mean, yeah, but when your defense is giving up 35, 38 points a game, but that's become the standard operating procedure in a Power 5. So what we did is we looked at the kinds of kids that we could get, the disciplined kids we could get, a run-oriented offense that we want to play action off of it. And playing defense today against these different offenses, it's the life of a defensive coordinator is just very, very difficult, because you have to mix and match personnel. You have to understand down and distance. And you got to understand that people are going to score points.
Yeah. We're at Fischer's Foodland in New Brighton, Coach's Corner. We're with head coach Gino DeMarco of the Geneva Golden Tornadoes, and we are going to take another break, and we'll have more with Coach DeMarco. John Parada, I'm Mike Zayden. We'll be back here on Beaver County Radio.
Did you know Fisher's New Brighton Foodland is as close as a click? That's right. You can order your groceries right from your home. Click grocerystore.newbrighton.com and fill your shopping cart up. It's just that easy. Or stop in to shop for your favorite items. They specialize in fresh meats, hoagies, bakery items, and of course the deli. Pick up a delicious hot meal to go like fried chicken dinners, and don't forget fried fish every Friday. Don't cook, make it a Foodland day. Visit Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, your one stop to shop for all needs, or click grocerystorenewbrighton.com.
If you have big plans for this fall, like a new car or home remodeling project, but feel like it's getting a little late in the game and you're out of timeouts, it's time to call an audible, a 749 audible. This is Coach Andy Dengel from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. 24-month personal loans are now available with approved credit from 7.49%. So get up to the line, the teller line that is, and call your own 749 audible. Stop in for details. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
The local McDonald's restaurants are proud to be partners with Beaver County Radio in sponsoring Beaver County high school football games all season long. Stop in to any of the local McDonald's restaurants for everyday value items like 2 for $3 mix and match, sausage burritos, sausage McMuffin, and hash browns. Don't forget to download the app for extra special savings. Looking for a great part-time job? Text McHire.com today to apply. Good luck to all the Beaver County football teams this season from your local McDonald's restaurants. I'm loving it.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer.
And I'm a Baba Beaver believer.
But I'm the biggest Baba Beaver believer.
All right, man, you got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue S for just $359 a month or a new Ultima Premium package for only $359 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Baba Beaver believer like me.
And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. No matter what the circumstances, no matter the reason, one of the few things that is left when a loved one passes on are the memories. Staging those memories in an honoring way is one of the reasons so many people have chosen J&J Spratt Funeral Home. A person's legacy depends on a lifetime of accomplishments and then how they are remembered. J&J Spratt Funeral Home has helped start the process of creating positive legacies for over 70 years. Visit jjsprattfh.com. Joseph M. Spratt, Supervisor and Funeral Director.
Do you know a child who struggles to read? If so, the tuition-free brick-and-mortar Provident Charter School West is here to help. The Provident Charter School West in Baden is helping children from 1st grade through 4th learn to overcome dyslexia so they can return to their hometown schools and graduate with their friends. Provident Charter School West meets the needs of children with dyslexia so they can become the inventors and educators of tomorrow. For more information, visit providentcharterschool.org.
Back on Coach's Corner at Fisher's Foodland, they have their 3 days of savings, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. Both John Parado and Gino DeMarco love the Stone Ridge Creamery Real Ice Cream. But myself, I'm looking at the boneless country-style pork spare ribs for $2.49 a pound and boneless beef cube steaks John, do you like cube steaks?
Absolutely.
We'll save the hot dogs for Gino DeMarco.
You know what? I came in here in the summer and bought hot dogs. They were chicken hot dogs. They were tremendous. Honest to goodness. I mean, that was a big thing for me this summer.
You know, the last time I was here shopping, I ran into
Did you?
Gino
Yes.
DeMarco and his lovely wife Cheryl.
Yes.
And they caught me buying Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts.
On sale.
Yes.
And that's since
Did they
then
recognize you as a local celebrity?
And ever
Yeah, we
since
did.
I've been excited about the Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando on December 28th, which is going to be good, and I want to go. I want to see if we can do the game.
I feel, just giddy to be in the presence of a local celebrity,
Well,
especially
the
you.
thing with John is, they're actually Pop-Tart's thinking about putting him on the cover.
Really?
Like
wouldn't
instead of
surprise
being
me.
on a box of Wheaties, now he's going
John
to
will
be on
Pop-Tarts, like, yes.
Pop-Tarts, yes.
Would they be eating
Absolutely.
one and having it in his mouth, you think?
Well, I think, and the caption would be, it should be a good ball game. Copyrighted by someone
Copyrighted
from,
by John
from
Pryor.
the past.
Coach, one thing about your schedule is you played 3 of the top teams in the first 5 weeks in CMU, a tough team, a team that's you've had trouble against. Case Western Reserve, a very, very good team, and Grove City, 3 tough games, 2 in a row. Would you rather play tough games in the beginning of a season, at the end of a season, or does it matter when it comes? But having them in the beginning of the season sometimes is awful hard, but then at the end of the season it's tough as well.
Here's Coach speak.
Okay.
They're
So we'll
all
get-
tough.
Okay.
They're all tough. They really are. They're all tough. I mean, even the ones that supposedly people say that you're supposed to win, they're all tough. And especially in this league. Obviously Carnegie Mellon's program in the last 8 to 10 years is just skyrocketed, as is Grove City's. I mean, they really have. And Case has always been tough. And then you have the traditional, W&J and Westminster.
They're at the end of the year.
Yeah,
back to back.
But it's such an incredible league because of what transpires. Every week you play, it counts. I mean, we don't have any other conference games, and I think the league actually was ranked ninth out of 26 Division III leagues.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. I mean, and to be ranked 9 out of 26 across the country, and there's some Division III schools and leagues like in Wisconsin where they've got 12,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're state schools.
Yep.
I mean, it's just D3 is a very, very broad spectrum of schools.
Let's talk about the upcoming opponent, Teal. Last year, I believe you beat them 57-20. Am I right about that? You guys beat them last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
And
sure.
You've had some success against them, and you're going to go and play them up at their place this year.
Again.
How's the team feel, and how do you guys feel about going into that this week?
Well, every time we go to Greenville and play there, I mean, it's just for us. It's a difficult venue, a really difficult venue.
Mm-hmm.
Last year the stars aligned, everything else. During the day, John, the stars aligned during the day, and we had a good day. Well, it was incredible to see. And then we're playing a game at 1:00 this week, so hopefully there will be stars again. But the thing that's impressed me about Teal is defensively they have improved dramatically. They really have, and they have won 2 home games, so they're actually doing very well at home. And we're talking about a program that really hit rock bottom. I mean, they went through a lot of tough years, and they are slowly rebuilding it. I like the scheme that the coaches are using. I really do. I can understand what they're doing defensively. And John, you were asking about this, being a DC, and running a defense. People, and we've become faster. Like, at linebacker, we got 2 linebackers that would be considered "quote unquote" strong safeties. Yeah. That in the old days. I mean, whatever old days there were, and that's very much the kind of defense that they run. So, And then offensively, they do some incredible things. They got a freshman that's newcomer of the week twice in the pack. So where our football team and our program is, we have to play well to win. We have to. And we went up to Allegheny. You know, we probably played 3 out of the 4 quarters well. We didn't play well in the third quarter. And we were fortunate to come out with a win. But you hear it right now here. We have to play well to win.
Gino, like you said, Teal really hit rock bottom a few years ago. This is the first time they've won multiple games since 2016. And when you have a program like that on the upswing, and you know how that's been, you came in and took over the Geneva program in the 90s. You went on a big upswing, and the confidence grows and the belief grows. Do you see that? I know you haven't seen Teal in person, but what you've watched on film, do you see a more confident team maybe than? Yeah,
I think you see bits and pieces. I will say this: I remember when Grove City beat St. Vincent, and it was the first win they had in 2.5 years, and we're talking 8 years ago, not whatever it is. And they are probably the model of what you're discussing. You know, a continual rise of confidence and an influx of really good talent that comes on. And we know, John, because we had the same thing. You know, because people want to go to a successful program. Yeah. I think it's a mixture now in Division III. It's a mixture of a successful program and the type of major or the degree you want. You know, in today's higher ed market, it is very, very competitive.
You said going up there is always tough. And it is a unique little stadium they have there. It does seem like the fans are right on top of you, and they even filmed a Coca-Cola commercial there a couple years ago.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
They
How do you prepare for a road game and knowing you're going into a hostile place? And
I don't know. It's one of two things.
Yeah.
It's either a hostile place where it's a great crowd, and that becomes part of it. The toughest places to play is when you go into a place and there's no environment, and it's like going to the golf match near a cemetery.
Right.
I mean, that is, you got to make your own energy, and that's difficult.
It's almost ready to have the negative energy of people booing you and stuff. Kind of, it's us against the world kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting that at home now, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll get to more of John's questions, more of my questions. We're here with Gino DeMarco, head coach of the Geneva Golden Tornadoes, here on Beaver County Radio and Coach's Corner. We'll be back after these messages.
If you're a parent that's already watched plenty of youth baseball or soccer games, you know the value of teamwork. Whether it's the team on the field or your team of family members at home, strengthening that group can pay off in many ways. Keystone Wellness Programs is offering their free Strengthening Families program in Beaver County for families of children ages 10 to 14. Learn how to increase family bonding and communications, all while having fun together. Visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org for details.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.net.
The award-winning Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston provides a delicious family dining experience. Grand Valley Inn is a great place for a party or event. They have banquet rooms for small and large gatherings. Fish and Friday night football go great together in Beaver County. The Grand Valley Inn has great fish and seafood specials on Fridays, live music on the weekends through October, and Valley Inn on Facebook to keep up with all the fun. That's Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
The pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. A pre-career start at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. I'm Vince Crateri, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center with great news. There is still time for this school year in some of our top earning career training programs, but you must act now. Have your child or grandchild see their school counselor today. Hurry, classroom space is limited, and these prime opportunities are on a first-come, first-served basis. Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
A Beaver County high school football season is here. Players protect that beautiful smile with a visit to your hometown dentist, Dr. Peter Montini and his team at St. Barnabas Dental. While tackling tooth decay is number one in the game plan, Dr. Montini offers a wide array of services, including custom-fitted athletic mouthguards, clear aligner orthodontics, virtually painless injections, and same-day crowns. Call or text 724-495-3350 to schedule your appointment today. St. Barnabas Dental in Beaver, creating beautiful smiles for life.
At Pittsburgh Bay's Goldberg, Persky & White, we've helped thousands of former Babcock & Wilcox and J&L Steel employees receive compensation for their asbestos-caused lung cancer or mesothelioma. Since the time from asbestos exposure to disease diagnosis spans decades, many do not realize their illness was caused by asbestos. To find out if you are entitled to compensation, call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX or visit online at gpwlaw.com.
Asking them questions. Yeah. We're here at Fischer's Foodland, another edition of Coach's Corner. Mike Azadian alongside Geneva head football coach Gino DeMarco and local legend John Parada. $3 off milk, and it is the 3 days of savings here at Fischer's Foodland thanks to their hospitality. Honeysuckle turkey breast, $1.88 a pound.
I'm in.
Wow.
I'm in.
John, I think John likes the Amish Classics, brick or Munster cheese, $5.99
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's a lot of very good stuff here. Pepsi products, 2 for $13. A&W and 7-Up products, 3 for $13. You can save some money. Come to Fischer's Foodland. Talking Geneva football, coach. There's local athletes that come to the school, and kids from all over that come to your school for various reasons, for education. Obviously, we talked about faith. How do you as a coaching staff try to get not only local talented kids, but other talented kids to come to a school like Geneva?
Well, when we make it a point that we will go visit every school in the WPIL, and not every program does it. You know, people now are recruiting very much online, Twitter, you know, and we still do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to show up, do that. But I think one thing that it is very, very promising for us is what is known as the Geneva Tuition Promise that was just initiated in September. And what the Geneva Tuition Promise is, for any state resident, and we're not talking about just athletes, we're talking about any state resident student whose family would make under $70,000, and in that case they would qualify for Pell.
Grants.
Right. They are Geneva's taking care of the tuition.
That's beautiful.
So
it's not just athletes; it's other
it's
kids too.
This is going to help because in the state of Pennsylvania, what's happening is with the population decline, and especially these next 2 or 3 years, you're not having as many seniors come out, and everybody's trying to do some things. Well, I'm really, really happy that Dr. Traup, our president and our administration, saw this as something to help the community. I really believe that we're going to be able to help some families and their kids to come to Geneva. So, and John, you know what it was like when we went, and I mean, you know, the cost of higher education is skyrocketing.
So this will help every student, whether they're going to go for math, science, whatever they're going to go for, whatever field they want to get into, business, whatever. But it also helps you get kids who might not otherwise consider Geneva to stay home and come and play football and further their education.
Right. So basically, families that financially just can't meet, can't look at it and meet that need because of family income or whatever. I'm very, very, very excited about that. And I think we've already been in the schools. We've gotten a really good response. So it's just one other thing that we're doing. I think our engineering program and business program has really drawn. I mean, we got a lot of football players that are in those two programs.
Johnny, what do you got?
Do you know, we were talking off the air on the last break about how much you like your team and how much you really like your players, the kids in your program. I know it gets to that point in the season now where it can become drudgery a little bit. You're halfway through, you've been through camp, and you still have another month or so to go. And you said your guys' attitude stayed really good through all of it. They haven't had those down days where maybe they're not practicing as hard as you would like them to. I was wondering what that speaks to your players' character, that they're still fighting the good fight every day.
I think it comes from the investment that they've put in personally. I mean, let's face it, if you invest into something, it's very, very difficult to walk away from it. And we've got a number of seniors that have made great investment. But the buy-in that I see from the younger guys and the class that we just brought in, because we're playing a lot of first-year, second-year kids. Like there was one game we didn't have a senior play on the defensive side of the ball. I think we're finding the right niche. It's taken us a while because it's a great school, and John and I know that. But it's not a school that everybody's going to be running to beat your door down to come to, because of there's some things in it, and we understand that. I mean, it's not for everyone. Mm-hmm. But I this team, their attitude, their character, their work ethic, it's very difficult when you bring a large roster of players in and people leave during camp. We didn't have one player leave.
Wow, good sign.
But we didn't recruit large numbers. I mean, it's and in Division III, it's nothing to have 120 kids on a team, and we just felt like the high 90s is where we needed to be. We're at 95, and I can't describe it. And they're good players. Yeah. And even the kids that don't have those physical attributes, they're buying in.
Well, we're at Fisher's Foodland. We're going to take another break. We're with Gino DeMarco, John Parada. I'm Mike Azadian. We're on Beaver County Radio, and it is Coach's Corner, and we'll be back after these messages.
Did you know Fisher's New Brighton Foodland is as close as a click? That's right. You can order your groceries right from your home. Click GroceryStoreNewBrighton.com and fill your shopping cart up. It's just that easy. Or stop in to shop for your favorite items. They specialize in fresh meats, hoagies, bakery items, and of course the deli. Pick up a delicious hot meal to go like fried chicken dinners, and don't forget fried fish every Friday. Don't cook, make it a Foodland day. Visit Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, your one stop to shop for all needs, or click GroceryStoreNewBrighton.com.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer.
And I'm a Bubba Beaver believer.
But I'm the biggest Bubba Beaver believer.
All right, man. You got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue $59 a month or a new Ultima Premium pay $59 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Bubba Beaver believer like me.
And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
If you have big plans for this fall, like a new car or home remodeling project, but feel like it's getting a little late in the game and you're out of timeouts, it's time to call an audible, a 749 audible. This is Coach Andy Dengel from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. 24-month personal loans are now available with approved credit from 7.49%. So get up to the line, the teller line that is, and call your own 749 audible. Stop in for details. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The local McDonald's restaurants are proud to be partners with Beaver County Radio in sponsoring Beaver County high school football games all season long. Stop in to any of the local McDonald's restaurants for everyday value items like 2 for $3 mix and match, sausage burritos, sausage McMuffin, and hash browns. Don't forget to download the app for extra special savings. Looking for a great part-time job? Text McHire.com today to apply. Good luck to all the Beaver County football teams this season from your local McDonald's restaurants. I'm loving it.
Does someone you know struggle to read? If so, there's tuition-free local help available. The Provident Charter School West at the former Quigley High School in Baden is helping students in grades 1st through 4th. Provident Charter School West teaches students with dyslexia so they can go back to their hometown schools and learn alongside their friends. Provident Charter School West is a tuition-free brick-and-mortar school for children in grades 1st through 4th who are below grade level in reading. For more information, go to providentcharterschool.org.
This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning.
Went up there. Back at Fisher's Foodland, final segment of Coach's Corner. Fisher's Foodland, 3 days of savings, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. Foodlandstores.com. Come on down, shop online as well. I'm picking out some things now that I think that Coach Gino DeMarco would like and John Parada would like. First, for Coach DeMarco, I really have a feeling he's going to like David's single-serve cheesecake, 2 for $7. Are you a cheesecake guy, Coach?
Well, I loved cheesecake before my cardiologist got a hold
Said
of me.
no.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we got to move on.
I think with John, I see red or green seedless grapes, California Sweet, $2.69.
Seedless grapes. It reminds me of the time Harry Carey found out there was such a thing as seedless grapes during a Cubs road trip to Pittsburgh.
Right.
That's another story.
I'm
going to
go for the 8-piece fried chicken dinner.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
anyway, it is.
Look like a fried chicken guy.
There you go. We're here with Coach Gino DeMarco with the Geneva
4
Gold
foot
Tornadoes.
man eating chicken.
There you go. Coach, one thing I wanted to ask you, and we ask other coaches this kind of stuff.
All right, 5 foot man.
As we're
eating
having some fun here, talking Geneva football. We talked about a few players, we talked about some injuries, talked about the teams, talked about playing against Teal. But one thing I wanted to find out from you is there are signs that your team is getting better. What kind of things have you seen that not only individual players are getting better, but your team as a whole are getting better?
The communication that I see. I met with the defensive guys on the field tonight, practice, and they're such a. They're creating a culture on defense that's very reminiscent of the teams that we've had in the past that were successful, and I think that's where you build, a program. The offense is going to take care of itself, but man, if you can create a defensive culture, and John, you hit the nail. This is the third time we've referenced this. If you can have a team that really can play really good defense and embraces that, and I think that's where we're headed with this thing. I really do. And, we've got some challenges that we have to face. We're running a triple option where the rules in football have changed according to the triple option in the last 5 years. So, when you make these decisions, you don't have a crystal ball to see what's going to happen, but it's why Army and Navy are getting away from it, is because the cut block is not allowed anymore, and it really is it's difficult. But and I think that's why we are throwing the ball more.
Jim, I want to switch gears for a minute to one of your alumnus, David Girardi, who was a quarterback at Geneva. Promoted before this season the quarterback coach of the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And we know oftentimes career arcs go from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator to potentially head coach in the NFL. How proud are you of what David has accomplished as an NFL coach at still a very young age?
Obviously extremely proud. The entire family, not only David that played for us, but he coached with us. His father coached with us after he played, and his brother coached with us. It's just a great family, and to see him, it's highly intelligent. He got 2 master's degrees. He's got an MBA from Northwestern. He's coaching football, and he's just brilliant. Was such a competitor. You think that maybe that I would be smart enough to run the Chiefs' offense. Do you think I'd be smart enough?
It would be copying success.
Yeah.
Copycatting success.
I would only need to find a Patrick Mahomes-like Division III player.
Easy to find, yeah.
They're easier, and then the other guy
it's easy to find guys throwing sidearm running, running as fast as they can.
Yeah.
Coach, one thing I wanted to say is, let's say you're talking to young athletes, young students, people listening and watching in not only the Beaver County area, but Pennsylvania and all over, tri-state area, anywhere. What would you say to them about what it would mean for them to come to Geneva? What kind of an education they'd get, and what they're going to get out of coming to a school like Geneva?
Yeah, this is an old school term that we've used in recruiting for many years. It's called a total person concept. And very much in college recruiting, you see players going to play football. They become better players. Most programs, you're going to become a better football player, or whatever you're in. But baseball, basketball, you're going to become a better athlete. There are some that you go to and you don't, but we don't. So you have that. You're probably going to become a better student. All right, so we look at it from an academic standpoint, but I think the clincher for us is what we do in the potential development of leadership with these young men, and it's based on a spiritual basis. Because our relationship with the Lord allows us to do this and to give us a foundation. If it wasn't for my relationship with Christ, going through these difficult years that we've had, it would be really, really, really difficult. But it's because of that foundation that we're able to speak into the lives of these kids, so that when they get older, they realize maybe that Geneva education was worth it.
Well, we're running out of time, guys, and it was a quick hour, but it was a good hour with Coach Gino DeMarco. I want to thank behind the scenes Curtis Walsh, as always, our producer. I want to thank Sheila Dambaugh. Back at the studio, I believe Ryan Garazunas is there. I want to thank him. Thank John Parada, as always, the Hall of Famer, not once, not twice, but someday to be 3-time Hall of Famer.
Wow. It's a big prediction.
Yeah, there's rumors that Western Beaver is going to start a Hall of Fame. So
I think Western Beaver should start a Hall of Fame just for John.
Just for John alone. And I also want to thank Coach Gino DeMarco as well. And can't think of it. Oh, also thank the fine people here at Fischer's Foodland for hosting us. Again, 3-day sale, 3 days of savings, October 12th, 13th, and 14th. Also, thanks to Marco's Pizza for donating some pizza. Thank you to them. And join us again next week. We're going to have a special edition of Coach's Corner in Beaver Falls, and we will join you then. For all of us and all the people here at the produce section, I'm Mike Kazadian, and go Golden Tornadoes.
Thank you.
Did you know Fisher's New Brighton Foodland is as close as a click? That's right. You can order your groceries right from your home. Click grocerystorenewbrighton.com and fill your shopping cart up. It's just that easy. Or stop in to shop for your favorite items. They specialize in fresh meats, hoagies, bakery items, and of course the deli. Pick up a delicious hot meal to go like fried chicken dinners, and don't forget fried fish every Friday. Don't cook, make it a Foodland day. Visit Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, your one stop to shop for all needs, or click grocerystorenewbrighton.com.